welcome back. You are watching Higher Living, and I'm your host, Yvette Mans. And today, we have a very special guest for you guys. Her name is Goddess Takara. Yes, Goddess Takara. She is beautiful inside and out, and just welcome her to the show with me, guys. Welcome. Thank you for being here with me. I'm so excited to do this show, guys. You just don't know. I'm so excited. This is Ancestral Energy Healing. They're going to do womb healing, my womb, through ancestral energy healing. So tell me, how did you get involved in this field?
So I was already a birth doula, and I realized that I had been doing birth work and my womb wasn't healed. So I decided to go on a journey, a womb healing journey on my own, and I didn't want to do it with anybody. I didn't want to do it in a group, and actually was able to walk myself through my own journey. So I ended up finding out that even though I had only been on a healing journey for like 3 years, I had really been on it technically for like 24. I lost my virginity at a very young age. And I had realized how all of my experiences, from abortions to miscarrying, to losing a baby, to molestation, to rape, to just like being violated and not really knowing how to address that. I had a cesarean before, and that was probably the thing that I had to heal from the most. Right. Just because it was like a kind of against my will, but I authorized it, you know, so just like dealing with that whole thing. And I realized that it was like, oh, you don't just need to heal from one thing, like you need to heal from all of the main relationships, you know. So I wrote a program for me to be able to do womb healing with other women, and I started out with my sisters.
Like my real sisters. How did you begin this?
So I started with my real sisters, and I was like, so we should heal from the 4 relationships. We should heal from ourselves, we should heal from others, we should heal from the ancestors, and we should heal from the earth. And so that's kind of how the workshop was set up, and you know, just kind of bloomed into this whole thing.
Right. I was curious, like, how do you start a womb healing business? Because it's not that popular.
Exactly.
And we're just now becoming knowledgeable to these things. And before, when it wasn't knowledgeable, you were prospering in it. So this was an actual calling for her. Because I never knew what it was. I was like, what is that? You know? So
and just a little bit of history. So I am half native, Seminole tribe of Florida. And so in our culture, traditionally, a lot of the womb healing tradition practices are already tradition. Like for instance, the yoni steaming. Of course, we didn't call it that, but we've been doing it for thousands of years. You know what I mean?
Something out
there. So it's like this is what you do. The birth work. I didn't know that I was called to the birth work. I thought that it was just something I was interested in. And it's like in our culture, so shamanic work jumps generations, and I just so happen to fall into the next line. You know, so it's kind of like a contract that I signed with the universe before I even got here. You know what I mean?
So you're saying that the grandmother will have it, the mother won't, but the child will.
Or the skip too. You know. But I do come from a lot of togetherness. So I knew that I would always be like a leader in my family, and I knew that I would be like the head of a tribe. But I didn't really understand how deep it went and all of the experiences that I had been through my whole life, how it was connected. And it was solely in my womb. All of my trauma, I'm a Scorpio by nature, like all of my trauma is in my womb. So it has to be healed. You know, something can happen as simple as you getting angry, you calling, dumping that all on me, and then like the whole night I'm like rubbing, rubbing, and because I'm holding it all there, you know. So
and that's our what you call our sacred spot.
The sacral chakra.
The spot that's for Scorpios is the womb area.
Yes, all of the reproductive organs are where Scorpios hold their trauma.
And trust me, I'll be tight. And it also works when things are okay. And relaxed. And everything's smooth and go good. So I use it as my guidance, like a compass. Am I supposed to do this? Oh, nope, not supposed to do that. We have to be in tune to our own bodies and know your own spots where your God speaks to you. Because that's where my God speaks to me.
And all of us. You know what I mean? Because it's really, I mean, this is it's just really only one chick story, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is where we all come here, black, female. It doesn't matter how you end up turning out once you're out in the, you know, in the universe. You could be white, you could be, you know, some of us get a leg, so you have black man, white man, you know. But at the end of the day, we all start out as female, black, you know. Yeah. So it's one chick story. So at the end of the day, this is where all things happen. That's why men have issues here. That's why they have if they're not eating right, if they're not doing the things they're supposed to do and taking in the things they're supposed to be taking in, trauma, any type of toxic relationships. If you notice, they can't even get nobody pregnant.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's a lot.
Because everything lies here, and just like the chakras, it starts here, then it's here, then it's here. You know. So when somebody tell me they're dealing with mental issues, I'm always like, tell me what your sexual appetite is like. Tell me what type of sexual experiences you've had. Tell me what type of womb experiences. I have full virgins that have more unhealthy wombs than women who have been with 50 men. Because it does not always equivalent to like sex and men and things like that. Right. Sometimes it's dietary things. You know, so food, you know.
Y'all hear that? It's foods that we're eating, ladies. And men, this is not just for the ladies, guys. This is also for you. Yes. So if you tuned in, guys, don't go away. Stay right here. Yes. We're gonna be right back with the facts.
Tune in to Higher Living, the show that educates to elevate, enhancing your mind, body, and soul. Hosted by yours truly, Yvette Mann. Every Friday at 1:30 here on TV 33. See you there.
Welcome back to Higher Living. I'm your host, Yvette Manns, and today we are speaking with Goddess Takara, and we're doing womb energy healing. And I just want to know, what is womb healing? I mean, what's the process? What is it actually?
Okay, so my take is always when people generally say, how would I even know that I need to heal my womb? And I always say, if you can ask me that, you probably need to. But so every major place in our body has its own like branch of medicine, its own branch of education. And so you have like a brain doctor, you got the head doctor, neurologist, you have a heart doctor, and then we have a whole branch of medicine, the OB doctor. Yeah. So I always tell people, why would you think that one organ would need its own branch of medicine?
Yeah.
It's that much, you know, it has its own brain. So I tell, you know, when people come to me and there are clients, like I was saying earlier, about how things are interconnected, like your womb is where everything starts. That's the root of you, you know, and then your heart, you know, and then your mind. So if your womb isn't healed, your heart can't be healed. If your heart not healed, your mind can't be healed, you know. And that's why all those things are always so interconnected. Mental illness and, you know, heart disease. So all these things are connected to what has happened with your womb. And some of us are actually, we haven't had physical trauma done to our wombs, like personally, but most of us have come through traumatic womb spaces. So even though we chose to come through that womb may have been through so much, you know, maybe not that womb, you know. For me personally, it wasn't my mother or my grandmother, you know.
It could be back slave.
It was far back, you know. And because I'm able to connect to that space, I'm able to see, okay, well, we need to go this far back, you know. But what about the person that doesn't even think about it in that way? You know, you're thinking like, oh, well, my mom was good. Like, our relationship is good, you know. My grandmother relationship was good with her, you know. And then you don't know you healing from something that's from back in 1400s or, you know, maybe before Christ, you know what I mean? So it's important to be able to go on these ancestry trips and be able to, you know, speak to your womb space from that point of view and see what the truth feels like in your body, you know what I mean? Because a lot of us don't even know.
We don't.
You know what I mean? A lot of people don't even know their ancestors.
We may know of them, or maybe heard little stories of them, but we don't really have a good understanding of who, because I don't. My grandparents was gone when I was born.
Okay.
So I don't know that. I just know what Mama told me, what Uncle told me, what my aunties and my cousins that were here when she was here tell me, and I go off of that. So and they say I'm identical to her. They say, and she was really, really strong, really, really demanding, really, really powerful.
Yeah.
And
you come from a lineage of warrior blood.
Yeah.
I can see it. I can feel it.
Right. Yeah. I can feel it.
I can feel it.
Right, and it's not an easy journey.
Yes.
So any help that I could receive to help to be a better general in this army that I'm supposed to be over, I would welcome that. And I know it's other guests and viewers that are wondering about this, wondering about how does this process work? How do we know we need this process? So she said, guys, if you asking the question, you probably need this.
Yes,
you probably need it going on. We're gonna need something. As women, we go through so much emotionally. That we have children, we have household, we have bills, we have that man that ain't acting right. We have all of those different things, and then we may have trauma like myself of being molested at a young age, men always on me, men always attracted. It's kind of like, oh, I step back. So I push men away from me. Not intentionally, but I'm so used to just pushing that I'm stuck in a pushing style. And I think that may have been instilled in me as a child. Because my grandmother had to push me away from her. My mother had to. And it went on back through both sides of my family. So I most definitely have some trauma in my womb.
And so that is the importance of doing the ancestral work. You know, one of the questions that we start with when we are on this womb healing journey is, what is your connection with your family? Which side of the family do you feel closest to? In those spaces, what did those women look like? You know what I mean? Were they strong women? Like me, for instance, I come from a very strong woman. And then I came from another very strong woman. Two totally different strengths. My grandmother is very quiet, very timid, very submissive. It takes strength to be that, though.
So when we're dealing with ancestral energy and womb healing, what are the ways that we actually do that? Is there some type of procedure? I know we're gonna do meditation, but what's the
meditation
procedure?
is one form of going through the healing, and that's generally to get some type of visualization to take yourself out of this space and kind of try to create a more pure reality. So that you can kind of connect and see the things that you need to do for yourself. Smudging, we in ritual, it's ideal to do like the smudging with sage. I always, when I start a spiritual journey with somebody, I always suggest an altar. Most people don't know how to set up an altar, so then we'll just do like some light stuff, like a basic altar, white cloth, because we're going to just go with purity, white candles, maybe a picture or two of some type of, like, for instance, what's the in your family, what is the strongest female in your family that it has passed on that you knew?
A cousin, Veronica.
Okay, so I would suggest putting a picture of her up there, so that she can help, like, kind of be the gatekeeper for the ancestors for you, and you can kind of talk to her and say, you know, I'm ready to talk, I'm ready to speak. If they would speak with me, it would be good, you know, and that might not come that day. It might take. I remember when I started my journey, it took like 6 weeks before anybody ever communicated with me. But once they did, it was like, we're here, and you better be ready, because you kept coming for this. You kept coming every week. You bring in offerings. You went to that altar every week. So now we didn't, because you so shaky and you so inconsistent. We didn't really believe you, but you kept coming. So now we here. Baby, ready for what we about to, because we're gonna drag you. You know, and that's kind of how my journey went. And it was just that. I was dragged. I was in my underworld, my dark phase for a very long time, for years. You know, and so you just have to be ready for what you're asking for. But healing through ancestry, and just specifically, those are some of the things you do. You know, and it's different for different things. If you're healing through yourself, then you would do other things like the yoni steam and stuff like that, which you would still smudge or whatever.
Okay.
But healing from others, you would do that more with like sexual energy. Healing from the earth, you would do more gritting and be outdoors, and you get off into different things like the shrooms and different trips and stuff like that to get you more connected with the universe, you know. So it just all depends on what we're doing, but specifically for Ancestry, my suggestion is always, let's do an altar first. That's very basic. We can't connect if we don't even have a way to connect. You know, how does that look? You know, we need a gatekeeper. We know that for sure. Put some keys on the altar to let them know I'm serious. You know what I mean? I really want to connect. You know. So with that being said, so I make sure that I praise that, and I'm like, thank you so much for everything you endure. Thank you for the strength that you had to have. I understand why I'm so strong. I understand why I come from strong women. We've had to be strong. You know what I mean? But I'm so grateful. You know. So
what are the signs, like if we know that our ancestors are unhappy and we probably need to do some praise with them, is there any signs in our life that we'll see?
So I believe so, and once we go through the meditation, we just try to connect, you know, and there'll be visualizations there that we can try to see, you know what I mean, like what space you're in, what was the environment like, and things like that. But you'll feel things, you know, within your own life. A lot of people always directly connect their womb space to childbirth or sex, and it's like you can be the total virgin that has trauma, womb trauma. You know what I mean? So it's like, so then you have to ask yourself, well, where could it have came from? Where is it coming from? You know, why does she have fibroids? She's a virgin and a lesbian. Why does she have fibroids? Why? What kind of black energy is that? You know. So it's like we never look for things from a spiritual aspect. We let the doctor tell us something, and it's just like, oh, okay, well, medicine says that this is what's wrong, and that's what's wrong. And it's like, no, where did that come from? Because I'm not even doing all of these things that, you know, that's
supposed to cause this.
That's commonality, because it's a lot of things that are just interconnected. Well, I don't fit into those rooms. Well, why am I going through that? You know what I mean? Never had a baby. Never this, never that. And it's like, womb is fully rotten. You know, so.
Is this from past experience that she had?
I think that, like I always say, you can come through a traumatic womb, and that can transfer. Energy transfers. You're coming through a whole person's body. There's no way that you believe that you don't come with some of that. You know what I mean?
And energy doesn't die.
Exactly.
So, and I always get that as far as humans, as far as our spirit. But now speaking with you, I keep hearing energy don't die.
No.
So if I have this energy on me, unless I do something to stop it, it's not going to go away.
Yes.
It's just gonna. Yes. It actually can get worse.
It can. It will, and it will fester. You know, and it will eat away at it. You know, and then now you feeling like, oh, I'm crazy. You know what I mean? Like all these things are happening to your body, and you're like, what's going on? I just need to detox. Well, you can do all the detoxing in the world. Some things you can't detox. You know what I mean?
Detox energy.
So.
That's good.
You have to heal it. You have to heal it, because it's all in a matter of experiences that create trauma. You know, and trauma is an illness alone. Like, people don't look at it from that way. People look at trauma as an action thing. That's not an action word. You know what I mean? Like, trauma is something that is an illness. That is dis-ease. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not okay with that. You see what I'm saying? So like, and now it's festering inside of my body, and I need to figure out where's the block energy. That's why I always tell people, if you're feeling it here, if I'm somewhere and something make me mad, I need to calm myself down, or I need to be quiet. You'll see me. I'll be in the middle of a club tapping. You know what I mean? I'm always doing the work on myself. I'll break out and I'll lay back, and you'll catch me tapping across that cesarean line, because that's where I held the most trauma. So when stuff starts to worry me, it hurts straight across that line. And it's like, how does that happen? You know what I mean? Because you have to heal that. Energy don't die. And you have to consistently, constantly, and definitely be healing it. It's not something that you're just like, oh, I'm healed.
You know? No, it's a continuing process.
Yes, you know. So like, as far as like abortions, for instance, I had some ancestors that were not okay with that. They were absolutely not okay with that. And they made sure that I always knew that they were not okay with that. That is not something
the process I took to help myself was to apologize to that child that's waiting.
Yes.
I did not know what I was doing. I didn't understand what was going on, but I know that you're waiting on me and I feel you.
Yes.
And that kind of eased, I guess that's breaking the core there, the bad energy I had.
Yes.
But I had to just basically apologize.
Yes.
Like, because I found out that they're waiting for me in heaven. And I was like, oh, I need to talk to this kid. Like, Mama didn't really mean you chose me. And I denied you. And I had to be trauma.
And things be beautiful. And the only way for us to do that is for us to physically sit with ourselves, learn what the truth feels like in our body. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know that I should not have been doing that. And then you have to turn and you have to say, I'm sorry.
You're right.
Tune in to Higher Living, the show that educates to elevate, enhancing your mind, body, and soul. Hosted by yours truly, Yvette Man. Every Friday at 1:30 here on TV 33. See you there.
Let's take the opportunity to go to a beautiful place. There's water, there's sand, there's clear blue sky. The water is so blue. Can you see her there? What does her skin look like? What does her hair look like? Does she look strong? Does she look happy? Does she look sad? Is there any trauma that you feel her storing in her body? Listen for her voice. Listen to her story. Listen to how she got here. Now, where in your life have you seen the idea of these same traumas? In what ways are you playing out ancestral trauma in your current life? What characteristics do you have alike with her? Are you strong? Are you happy? Can you see her inside of yourself? Listen to the birds. They'll communicate for you all. Do you envision yourself speaking with her as a higher source? Do you envision yourself speaking with her when you are in need of healing? Do you envision speaking with her when you are tired? When you are hopeless? Can you tell her about the pain? Now, what aspects of yourself would you like for her to help you with? trust her? Do you trust her to tell her the truth? Is she strong enough to handle your truth? Let's build a relationship so that we can bring her back home with us. No resistance. Just love, peace, and light. Now we're home. Hi guys, it's Goddess Takara. Remember that the power is in your yoni. And if you're not woke, you better wake up. Tune in to the Higher Living TV show. Bye.
This has been an awesome episode of Higher Living. I've had an awesome meditation, guys. I'm telling you, this is really, really good. It really, really works. I'm not just telling y'all that. For real, for real. It really, really works. I really feel awesome. I really feel a release in my womb. And I feel it's a process that's going to keep going. It's going to be going and going, and I'm going to talk to y'all about it as it goes. But if you guys want your own, y'all got to call Goddess Takara. Y'all got to call her and go see. So if they want to see you, how do they get in touch with you?
So I am in Southfield, Michigan. My address is 28475 Greenfield Road. Is Suite 210. That is my office. The zip code is 48076. Next month, I will have a steam lounge that will be open to the public, and it is exactly in the same address, just a different suite, and that is Suite 114 and Suite 115. At our space, we will host all types of yoni parties. We'll have some dedications, womb meditation. We'll do some steaming there. It'll be a lounge with a bookcase present so that you could come in and read up on different vaginal information. My telephone number is 248-445-1949, and I would love to hear from you all.
Yeah, tell me the number one more time.
248-445-1949.
And what about your social media?
Social media, I am the Yoni Maven on Facebook. I think it's a dot in between Yoni and Maven. But on Instagram, I am Yoni Maven with a dot in between Yoni and Maven. YONIMAVEN. And I'm also Takara McLean. If you want to follow me on my personal page, you're more than welcome.
Right, and you guys remember, go to the Higher Living Experience on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and if you subscribe to our page, you like it and leave a comment, you're going to receive a free gift. I'll pick one viewer to receive a free gift from the Takara. It's going to be awesome, guys. And she's going to be back on our show again because she's going to be yoni steaming. Gonna have a yoni steam on the show, girls, so you got to get it together. And if you want to have a friend, better come on down. Better come on down, y'all. This is the most fun show I have done since I've been doing this. I had an awesome time. I feel nice and relaxed, almost like when I did the hypnotherapy. It was really, really fun. I enjoyed myself. You guys, y'all need to go down there and see her. She is awesome. Her spirit is awesome. She has so much knowledge for us to deal with our wounds. It's a lot going on down here, y'all. We really need to start concentrating more on here so that we can heal here. Can't get it? Thank you. Gotta work it up, you guys. So come on down, tell her you seen it on the show. Get a little discount too. Got something for you. So don't forget the Higher Living Experience. And if you're not woke, you better wake up